Today, let's try out this 2-ingredient brownie recipe. In here, we've got butternut squash. Stay with me. So firstly, you need to prepare your butternut squash. I have done this in advance, but what I did is I used half a butternut squash. I topped it and then I cut it in half. I took the skin off and then I cubed it, popped it into some water, and I boiled it until it went nice and soft, so it's gonna be perfect for mashing. This is now cold because what I did is I put it into a colander and I let all the water drain off this. You do wanna make sure that your butternut squash isn't too watery for this. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to get my little bain-marie on the go here, and I'm going to start melting down my chocolate. So this is 70% dark chocolate. I can't really handle any darker than that, but if you like a darker chocolate, then go for whatever percentage you would like. This is actually a salted caramel chocolate, and I just got this from Lidl. Absolutely delicious chocolate. So you can get whatever one you would prefer, but what you just want to do is melt down 100 grams of this. So I've got 300 grams of my butternut squash, and then I'm gonna melt, like I said, 100 grams of this chocolate. Don't know if you can see, but this has got big chunks of salt in it. It is honestly such a good chocolate to work with. Perfect for this recipe, but if you'd like to even use orange chocolate or anything like that, you can do, completely up to you. So we're just going to let the bain-marie do its work, give the chocolate a mix every now and then until it's nice and smooth and melted. While we're doing that, we're gonna prepare our butternut squash. So I have got this ricer. This is actually a potato ricer, but it just makes sure that you get your potato when you do it really, really smooth, all the lumps out. So I'm just going to load all of my butternut squash into my ricer, and then it's going to be really easy to push through and get a perfect consistency. I do push this through a couple of times just to make sure I have got all of the lumps out of it. Just keep mixing your chocolate through as it starts to melt to make sure it's not burning at the bottom. Don't have any parchment paper, so I'm using tin foil today. I'm just going to line a little dish. I'm going to make quite thick brownies, but depending on how thick or thin you want them, choose the size dish that you would like. These are quite rich because they are dark chocolate. So next up, we're just gonna add our chocolate into the butternut squash, and then we're just going to combine it thoroughly to make sure all of those bits of butternut squash are not noticeable and everything's mixed through really well. Can't even smell the butternut squash. Next up, we're just going to add our mixture into this little dish. Just smooth it down so it's really nicely evenly spread out. And then we're going to pop it into the fridge for half an hour until it's nicely set. And there you have it, your 2-ingredient butternut squash brownies. I can't even taste the butternut squash. Delicious. Definitely worth making.